Welcome back to Ask the Lawyer. I'm your host, Brenda Teal, here to answer your legal questions today. Our personal injury attorneys, Manuel Green and Jeff Benton from the Rad Law Firm. Just call the number that you see on your screen. It's 1-888-887-9521, or email your question to askthelawyer@radlawfirm.com. Right now, we've got George from Fort Worth on the line. Go ahead, George.
Okay, my girlfriend and I were involved in an accident, and a lawyer in Dallas handled our case, and he's already settled our case, and but we can't get our settlement because the secretary won't pass us through either the cashier or the lawyer himself to explain why they won't pay our settlement.
All right, George, thank you for your question. I think we've got the gist of it. And Jeff, you handle a lot of those types of cases where there is a settlement, and you do have to take some time before you disperse those funds, don't you?
That's right. We generally can do that pretty quickly. It might take a week, and in some cases it could take a little longer. There's also sometimes Medicare, Medicaid liens that have to be cleared up, and that can delay a settlement significantly. Or if you're trying to gather all someone's medical bills to make sure that all their medical providers are paid, that can take some time. If the check's already arrived, though, it shouldn't take more than a week or so to do so, assuming those issues are taken care of. So he needs to ask why the delay has taken place, and that's unfortunate if he's not able to get through to the lawyer on the telephone. I always try and return client calls within 24 hours. Sometimes people are in trial and have other issues going on, and it takes them a little longer. But if you can't get through to that lawyer, I'd suggest sending him an email or writing him a letter.
That's right. Now you start the paper trail on it.
That's right.
All right. 888-887-9521. Again, the number is 888-887-9521. We want to hear from you and try and answer your question here on Ask the Lawyer. We do have a question right now from Rebecca in Springtown. Go ahead, Rebecca.
Yes, I would like to know what a sealed file means.
What a field file means?
I think she might have said sealed file.
Sealed file, okay. You know, yeah, sealed file, age. What's a sealed file mean?
Well, assuming she was asking about a sealed file, certain cases are sealed and certain documents and cases are sealed for various reasons, normally because it's sensitive information that has to be protected. If you're represented by a lawyer in a case, aside from some exceptional circumstances, that lawyer should be able to see all the documents in the case. And so your lawyer should be able to go in and take a look at it. If it's a case you're trying to take a look at that you're not involved in and something's been sealed, well, it's sealed for a reason. You're probably not going to be able to look at it.
I see. All right, again, the number to call is 888-887-9521, 888-887-9521. The phone lines are open right now. If you're not able to get through, please keep trying, okay? Stephanie in Arlington, go ahead with your question.
I was wondering, when my daughter's father passed in June, an ambulance was called, and it arrived in 20 minutes, but it arrived without a stretcher, and another ambulance was called, and it arrived 20 minutes later. Therefore, it took 40 minutes to receive an ambulance, and I'm not sure if they had anything to do with his passing, but it took 40 minutes to get an ambulance. I was wondering, is there anything that can be done about that?
All right, thanks, Stephanie. Manuel, is that worth looking into?
Absolutely, Stephanie. I'm sorry for your loss. It's an unfortunate situation, but in Texas, this is a medical malpractice claim. Medical malpractice claims are very difficult. We had a lot of changes in the rules recently as to how we approach these types of cases. But it is something we can look at. The main thing medical malpractice cases that we have to research is, did he pass because of the delay in getting to the hospital, or did he pass from health-related causes? And if it's a health-related cause, and unfortunately people pass, and had he passed away regardless of whether he would have gotten to the hospital or not, then maybe it's not medical malpractice. But it is something we can look for, and if the delay, the 40-minute delay, caused him to not get a medicine he needed, or caused him to not get some sort of treatment that he needed, and it directly is associated with him passing, then maybe she's got a case. But they are very difficult, but it is something we review at our office.
You often hear a lawyer ask the question, was it beneath the standard of care? Right. Is that what we're looking at for this one as well? Was it beneath the standard of care for the first ambulance to show up without the ability to take care of this man?
And Brenda, interestingly enough, it is about the standard of care. That's the most important question in a medical malpractice case. In Texas, after the 2003 amendments, though, there's a lower standard for emergency care, meaning we don't want to see, I guess we as a state decided we didn't want to see doctors getting sued when they were giving emergency care if they were merely negligent. So it's a higher standard that you have to prove, or a lower standard for them with emergency care. So it makes it very difficult. You almost have to show that they knowingly sent the ambulance without the stretcher.
I see. I got you.
Like they wanted to hurt someone.
All right. 888-887-9521 is the number to call. Once again, 888-887-9521. We'll be right back.